So in today's video I'm going to show you how to protect your soil over winter. I've got 3 methods that I use. There are more, but I don't use them. So the first one is put muck down, and that adds organic matter into the soil, and there's a lot of microbes in this muck, so that will go into the soil. I'm going to start this off as no dig now from here on out, this bed. So this will be the first layer. So as you can see here, I've got some like horse muck, horse manure, stable manure, and then that's 4-year-old cow muck. So it's just like a comparison really between the two, see what does the best as a growing medium. So this cover crop's about a week old, it's just germinated, so that'll protect it through the winter and stop erosion. So the second method is just put agricultural white mustard down. So a cover crop, any cover crop will do. You could go for like alfalfa, ryegrass, clover, winter tares, there's all sorts. But I chose this one because it's you can hoe it off without having to like dig the roots out and stuff. So you can just get rid of it easy enough in the spring, and it does quite a thick cover. If you put it on, like sprinkle it on quite thick, you see there's a few patches where it has like mist, but the ones in that patch will grow thicker, so it'll be okay. So this will add organic matter, fresh organic matter into the soil, and it'll be quite big lumps, like leaves, big leaves. So that'll protect the soil from erosion, and it'll feed the organisms in the soil when I cut it back in. So the third method I use is just put compost on the top, like fine compost. And this is like plantable in straight away, so I could overwinter something in this this like bed. So this is like the best of the 3 options, because you can grow a edible crop in it through winter. So as you can see, if I go around here, there's some like kohlrabi growing in the middle, there's some spinach, there's also like spring onions here, and then there's some spring cabbage. So they're all growing away there, and they'll overwinter. So I'll get crops from these beds and protect the soil at the same time. So this is like the best of the 3 methods, but it's not always the most practical, because you'd have to source a lot of compost, and some of these plants like take a long time in the polytunnel in the trays, so you've got to like hold them, and then if your previous crop doesn't get out in time, the others start to like get pot bound. Whereas with the agricultural white, it's just broadcast sown in like direct. The muck is probably my go-to for like all this sort of area, purely because it's easy, and I mean the muck I get a lot of muck from the farm, so there's it's a good resource to use. But this is probably the best method for production, but the muck is probably the best for practicality. I mean, if you live in a town, it's not really practical. The compost is more practical. So there's the thing of like, there's pros and cons to each one. Like the agricultural white mustard is a really good cover crop, but you don't add enough organic matter in with just that, so I've combined the muck and that to see if I can cover crop really effectively. So I'll get the cover crop of the mustard and the muck in the same bed in the same season, so I should have a really fertile soil next year. So that's this week's video. Thanks for watching.